Well, who bought the mops? That has nothing to do with it! looking at all those beautiful things and buying so many of them. I was too excited to be tired. Oh, I love this room. When they've all gone out and there's no one here but me.
Cinderella!
Yes, ma'am?
Stop jumping around down there like an elephant! We can't sleep for the racket!
That's all right. I was just going to sit down anyway. I love sitting down right here. I'm as mild and as meek as a mouse. When I hear a command, I obey. But I know of a spot in my house where no one can stand in my way. In my own little corner, in my own little chair, I can be whatever I want to be. On the wing of my fancy, I can fly anywhere, and the world will open its arms to me. I'm a young Norwegian princess or a milkmaid. I'm the greatest prima donna in Milan. I'm an heiress who has always had her silks made by her own flock of silkworms in Japan. I'm a girl and go mad for love's a game I can play with a cool and confident kind of air. Just as long as I stay in my own little corner, all alone in my own little chair. I can be whatever I want to be. I'm a thief in Calcutta. I'm a queen in Peru. I'm a mermaid dancing upon the sea. I'm a huntress on an African safari. It's a dangerous type of sport, and yet it's fun. In the night I sally forth to seek my quarry, and I find I forgot to bring my gun. I am lost in the jungle all alone and unarmed when I meet a lioness in her lair. Then I'm glad to be back in my own little corner, all alone in my own little chair.
The prince is giving a ball! 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 You got us into this.
Well, we had to do something to celebrate the 21st birthday of our son, His Royal Highness Christopher Robert
Maisie.
Windermere Lion.
Maisie! I know all his names. I'm his father.
A fine father you are.
What do you mean, a fine father you are?
I mean, you never worry about him
Why should I worry about him?
because he isn't happy.
How do you know?
He doesn't have any interest in anything or anyone.
Oh, he's happy, all right.
If he's happy, why doesn't he get married?
If he's happy, why should he get married?
Look at your pants!
How could I have gained this much weight in 5 years?
Because that's all you've done for 5 years. Gain weight. You haven't worn a court costume because we haven't given a ball for 5 years. You've done nothing to give your subjects any fun. Not a festival, not a fair, not a pageant. You've done nothing to make your people love you.
Ah, but they do anyway. Don't they? Oh,
The Royal Tailor is just going to have to make you another suit.
that'll cost money.
Don't start to worry about what you're going to pay the tailor. Wait until you hear what this ball is going to cost.
Maisie, this is no time to splurge. The exchequer is
I've
very
got the
low.
chef and the stewards outside waiting to report on their plans for the dinner.
The dinner?
Certainly. You can't give a ball without a dinner. Come in, gentlemen.
Don't let them in here.
Your Majesty, Your Majesties, a list of the bare necessities.
A list of the bare necessities for what?
For 1,700 guests.
That sounds a lot. Don't have any king crabs.
Very well, Your Majesty.
I hate it when I see that written on a menu. King crab. Seems to comment on my disposition.
1,000 baby lobsters for the salad.
And 500 pheasant for the pie.
Aye,
1,000 pounds of caviar.
1,000?
Hush!
There are more than the sturgeon can supply.
I told the steward to give us 40 acres of lettuce and 600 suckling pigs for roasting.
What about the marshmallows?
Who wants marshmallows?
I do.
Why?
We're toasting.
Now look at these, Your Majesties, we have a list of wine. The best of all the vintages from every nation's vine.
What the wine of a cotton cream?
Sherry and port and hospital, Kimmel and all that do. Dry champagne and sweet Moselle, Burgundy and Chablis. Aquavit and Libreville, pocket chocolate, malted milk, brandy, Vermouth and vodka. White and crystal clear.
The wine of my cotton cream. I want the wine of my cotton cream. I want the wine of my cotton cream. The wine of my country is beer.
The groom is bringing my horse around at 3 o'clock.
Christopher, how are you feeling?
Fine, Father.
Not unhappy or anything, are you?
Why, no, Father.
That's what I thought. That's fine.
It seems to me, sir, that you look a little tired.
I am tired when I think about that darn ball. You know, the one that you're giving with my money.
Oh, that. Well, to tell you the truth, sir, it's not a night I'm looking forward to. Dancing with all those candidates.
Candidates?
Every simpering girl in the kingdom, each one determined to show that she is the perfect princess for me.
Know what you mean. It's much more fun to chase after one girl than be stampeded by a whole herd of them.
One thing is sure, whoever I marry won't be someone I meet at the ball.
Know how you feel. I feel the same way myself. Only, we mustn't forget, your mother has her heart set on giving this affair.
Yes, I know.
Christopher, if you talk to her about this, don't tell her how you feel. Tell her that you love the idea of the ball. Know what I mean? Make her feel good about it. Now, I need to tell you. Oh, hello, my dear. Christopher and I were just.
I was just saying, Mother, how much I'm looking forward to the ball. It sounds wonderful.
Does it?
Yes, I was wondering if I could help you at all. I mean, in any of the preparations.
Well, yes, dear. Maybe you can.
And I see they're bringing my horse around from the stables now.
Getting the sniffles? Coming down with a cold? You should take something for that. Don't want to go to the ball with a red nose.
I'll be over it by then.
Maisie, what? That boy isn't unhappy.
How do you know?
I asked him. He says he's feeling just fine.
Did he? You know something.
What?
I love you.
Naturally you do. I'm the king.
Nothing to do with it.
suspicious when alone with the prince. Oh, Your Highness, you shouldn't say such things. I'm the belle of the ball in my own little corner, all alone in my own little chair. Oh, I wish.
Fal-de-roll and fiddly-dee, fiddly-taddly paddle, all the wishes in the world are poppy-cop and twaddle.
Godmother, I'm so glad to see you.
I thought you might be, and I knew what you'd be doing.
What?
I just knew I would find you in that same little chair, in a pale pink mist of a foolish dream.
And what's wrong with that?
Fal-de-roll and fiddly-dee, fiddly-paddly poodle, all the dreamers in the world are dizzy in the noodle.
Godmother, what do you suppose every girl is doing tonight? I mean, every girl who isn't at the ball. She's wishing and dreaming that she were really there.
But why aren't you really there?
My stepmother. Somebody had to mind the house.
Do you know what I would do if I were you? I'd leave them. I'd up and get out of the house. They make you work harder than a servant. If you want to be a servant, you can go to some other place and be paid.
You mean leave my stepmother? I don't think if Father were alive it would be like that. Do you think so?
Aren't you going to invite me in?
Oh, forgive me. Come round to the door.
Don't bother.
How did you get in?
The window.
The window?
The window. Aren't you going to offer me some tea?
Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I'll just light the fire. But it was out. And the kettle's hot. It's most curious. Flowers? But I'm sure that you brought them, didn't you?
I thought they would brighten the room. Oh, your water's boiling.
Oh, please sit down. I'll have this ready in a minute.
Thank you.
You know, I'm so awfully glad you happened to come by tonight. I was getting very lonely.
I thought you would be.
Godmother, do dreams never come true?
Oh, I wouldn't say never, just seldom.
Well, that's not very often, is it?
Not very often is precisely what seldom is. You're a nice godchild, but you ask very foolish questions.
I wish you believed in wonderful things. I wish you believed that once in a while something marvelous and magical could happen.
Well, I don't say that I don't believe that once in a while something marvelous and magical can't happen.
For instance, do you believe in guardian angels?
Well, I don't say that I don't believe in them. Only thing is, it's dangerous to believe too much in good fairies and guardian angels.
But why?
Oh, you get to lean on them too much. You get in the habit of sitting back and expecting them to do all the work for you. You've got to help yourself, you know.
I know. I think about it a lot, but then I don't know what to do. So I always just wind up wishing and dreaming, and I don't suppose that does any good at all.
Well, I don't say that it doesn't do any good at all. As a matter of fact, everything has to start with a wish. Nothing happens without wishing.
Do you know what I was wishing tonight, just before you came?
I'm almost afraid to hear.
Oh, do you see that pumpkin out in the yard?
I nearly stumbled over it in the dark.
The moon is shining on it now. Well, I was wishing that that pumpkin would turn into a great big royal golden carriage that would take me to the ball tonight.
And what were you going to do for horses?
Oh, white mice. 4 white mice would turn into horses, beautiful white prancing steeds.
And were you going to drive them yourself?
Oh no, there'd be a coachman and a footman and 2 flunkies out on the back seat.
And where were they coming from?
They could be the 4 baby rats I saw down in the cellar yesterday. Oh, I know what you're going to say. Folderol and fiddly-dee.
Yes, folderol and fiddly-dee.
It's impossible, I suppose.
Impossible.
Just the same, it was what I was wishing, and I'm still wishing it.
Nonsense.
I'm wishing it very hard.
You are?
Yes, I am. If only I could have some kind of magical help. If only I had a guardian angel, or if my godmother were a fairy godmother.
Good joke. Very funny.
I am wishing, in the name of every young girl who ever wanted to go to a dance and was told she couldn't. I wish that I may go to that dance tonight. I wish that by some kind of magic or abracadabra or fol-de-rol and fiddle-dee-dee, that all the kind hearts would put their heads together.
All the kind hearts put their heads together.
You know what I mean. That all the kind hearts and good souls will wish with me, and that you, godmother, will help me with every ounce of strength and cleverness you possess.
Cinderella.
Yes, godmother?
It's impossible.
Impossible. I suppose so.
Impossible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage. Impossible for a plain country pumpkin and a prince to join in marriage. And poor white mice will never be poor white horses. Such fol-de-rol and fiddly-dee of course is impossible. Watch, the world is full of ladies and fools who don't believe in sensible rules and won't believe what sensible people say. And because these deaf and dweeb dupes keep building up impossible hopes, impossible things are happening every day. Impossible.
Impossible?
Impossible.
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 Impossible things are happening every day. Is that true, godmother?
Well, yes, I suppose so in a way.
And I continue to build up my impossible hope for tonight, and I officially wish,
Officially wish?
yes, I officially wish and wish all those things I said about the pumpkin and the mice and the rats.
Impossible.
Just the same, I'm wishing it.
Impossible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage. Impossible for a plain country pumpkin and a prince to join in marriage. And four white mice will never be four white horses.
They will!
Such fol-de-rol and fiddly-dee of course is impossible.
But the world is full of zanies and fools who don't believe in sensible rules and won't believe what sensible people say.
And because these deaf and dweeb dupes keep building up impossible hopes, impossible things are happening every day. Cinderella? Look.
Godmother! Oh, it's the coach and the horses I wished for, and even the coachman and the footmen. But how?
Fiddly-dee. It's magic.
But I don't understand.
Oh, but you don't have to. Go on. If you don't hurry up, the ball will be over before you get there.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, godmother. It's wonderful. It's possible for a plain yellow pumpkin to become a golden carriage. It's possible for a plain country bumpkin and a prince to join in marriage.
And forward might so easily for new horses.
Such folderol and filthy of horses. Quite possible, it's possible. For the world is full of zanies and fools
Who don't believe in sentimental rules. as I told you.
Oh, aren't you coming with me?
Heavens, no! I've been to so many of these things I could hardly stand another. Furthermore, all I can do is give you your wish. How it turns out from here is up to you.
But I'm afraid to go in all by myself.
You needn't be, except for one thing. Do not stay beyond 12 o'clock. See that you are in the coach and off for home before the clock strikes 12.
But why is it so important that I leave before 12?
You must obey and don't ask questions.
Oh, God.
Midnight, and not a minute more.
It's a long time since you danced together, Beulah.
Not long enough!
Exhilarating, isn't it? Anyway, we are doing it for our son.
I think he's having an even worse time than I am. Look at him. How long do you think we have to stay?
Until the very end.
We've lost track of the prince! Where is he? He's dancing with joy! He is? Oh, that. I want a chance at him! You shall have it. But remember what I told you. Beauty is not enough. You must show him you have brains, Bruce. Do you know what I want to be? I want to be a lawyer. Someday I'll stand up in that courtroom and I'll see a civil judge or something like, oh, the quality of mercy is not straight. You know what I mean? I'll say it splashes down like the dew from heaven.
Now this party's beginning to look better.
I wonder who she is. All of a sudden, he's a different boy. His face is lighted up. He's dancing with a new spring in his step.
Watching him dance with that beautiful creature, it really takes me back.
To where?
The first time I danced with you, my darling.
I wonder who she is.
I wonder who she is. Who is she? I never saw that girl before. Well, whoever she is, it's clear to me he likes her the best. But she doesn't look very intellectual.
I have never met you before, have I?
No, I don't get out much.
I don't even know your name. Mine is Christopher.
Yes, I know. Christopher, Rupert, Windermere, Vladimir, Carl.
I don't use all those names. I would like you to call me just Christopher.
You would?
Have you a strange feeling that something has just happened to you, but you don't know what it is?
Yes, that's exactly the way I feel.
And you have no idea what it may be?
No, I have no idea. I wonder how we can find out what it is.
Let us think back over our history together.
It isn't very long, is it?
10 minutes ago I saw you. I looked up when you came through the door. My head started reeling, you gave me the feeling the room had no ceiling or floor. 10 minutes ago I met you, and we murmured our how do you do's. I wanted to ring out the bells and fling out my arms and to sing out the news. I have found her, she's an angel with the dust of the stars in her eyes. We are dancing, we are flying, and she's taking me back to the skies. In the arms of my love, I'm flying over mountain and meadow and glen. And I like it so well that for all I can told you how I felt. You haven't described your feelings.
Well, they're very much the same as yours. 10 minutes ago I met you, and we murmured our how do you do's. I wanted to ring out the bells and fling out my arms and to sing out the news. I have found him, I have found him. In the arms of my love, I'm flying over mountain and meadow and glen. And I like it so well that for all I can tell, I may never come down again. I may never come down to earth again.
May I show you around the Royal Gardens?
I would like that very much.
Why would a fellow want a girl like her? A frail and lovely beauty. Why did a fellow ever once treat her? A solid girl like me, she's a frog
out here.
Yes, it is. With the moon beaming down on us. What's the matter?
I must go.
Why?
Because I promised my godmother.
Your godmother would forgive you if you were a little late.
No, she won't. You don't understand. I have a strange kind of godmother.
You're a strange kind of girl. You haven't yet told me your name.
Oh, it's a silly name. You wouldn't like it.
Of course I would. Whatever you are called is the most beautiful name in the world. Whatever your name is, I love you. I will always love you. You don't say anything. I have just told you that I love you, and you don't say anything?
I'm afraid to. I'm afraid I might wake up.
Are you sure you are asleep?
Oh, yes!
Are you dreaming I am about to kiss you? It is strange how things happen. A girl I never saw before enters a room, and my whole life is changed. Suddenly, I am in a different world. I am deeply in love. And yet, I don't know why I am in love. Do you?
Do I what?
Do you know why I am in love? What did you think I meant?
Oh, I thought you meant, do I know why I am in love?
Well, do you? I mean, are you?
Oh, yes.
And do you know why?
No. But I don't care why.
I always want to know why I do anything, why I feel anything. And so I ask myself why you, a stranger, can suddenly be the only kind of girl I could love. And you are the only one of your kind. Why? Why is the sound of your voice the sweetest sound in the world? Why is the color of your hair the only color a girl's hair should be? Why would I rather hold you in my arms than do anything else in the world? Why?
Because, Your Highness.
Christopher.
Christopher. Because that's the way you feel.
But why do I feel that way? What makes you so miraculous?
Your imagination.
Then what makes my imagination so miraculous? Do I love you because you're beautiful? Or are you beautiful because I love you? Am I making believe I see in you a girl too lovely to be really true? Do I want you because you're wonderful?
say, girls? I would say about 10,000.
Or 12.
Or even 15.
Well, it must have been a very large ballroom at the palace.
Oh, about half a mile long. And what beautiful music for dancing.
Oh, did you dance too?
I should say I did. I had an old beau of mine and he practically monopolized me.
Was he a good dancer?
Oh, light as a feather.
Did any of you get to dance with the prince?
Oh, did any of us get to dance with the prince?
Did you hear what she said? Did we get to dance? I danced about an hour with him. So did I.
You did?
Didn't you?
Well, of course I did, if you did.
Did you know everyone there?
Nearly everyone, all except for a princess who came very late and left very early. I had no idea who she was.
Did she dance with the prince?
Yes, I think I saw her dancing with him once.
That's right, just once.
Do you think he liked her?
She was only there a few minutes. Did you go to sleep right after we left?
No. I stayed up till a little after midnight.
What were you doing all that time?
Dreaming.
Dreaming what?
Oh, what it must be like at the ball.
You couldn't possibly dream what it was like unless you were there.
Well, I was trying to.
Well, you just couldn't!
Maybe I have more imagination than you think. I have been dreaming and trying to feel the way you all feel. The way all girls must be feeling, waiting all that time, and finally the night arrives, and you put on the most beautiful dress you've ever worn in your life, and off you go. I think I can almost feel what it must be like. I imagine. When you're driving through the moonlight on the highway, when you're driving through the moonlight to the dance, you are breathless with a wild anticipation of adventure and excitement and romance. Then at last you see the towers of the palace, silhouetted on a sky above the park, and below them is a row of lighted windows, like a lovely diamond necklace in the dark.
It looks that way, the way you say. She talks as if she knows.
I do not know these things are so. I only just suppose. I suppose that when you come to the ballroom and the room itself is floating on the air, if you're suddenly confronted by His Highness, you are frozen like a statue on the stair. You're afraid you'll hear the way your heart is beating, and you know you mustn't make the first advance. You're seriously thinking of retreating. Then you seem to hear him asking you to dance. You make a bow, a timid bow, and shyly answer yes.
How do you know that this is so?
I do no more than guess.
You can't dance till you're blue in the face, but you can't even picture such a man. He is more than a prince, he's an ace.
But sisters, I really think I can.
And what?
I think that I can picture such a man.
He is tall, and his hair is eyes. He can turn a girl to gravy.
When he waltzes, he whirls you around so that your feet never touch the floor.
That's right, they don't.
When he makes you feel as though you weigh nothing at all.
That's right, he does.
He leads you around the crowded ballroom and then out onto the terrace.
That's right, he does. Didn't he lead you out onto the terrace?
Oh, I guess he did. I was so faint with joy, I didn't know what was happening to me.
Me too.
Out on the terrace, you stop dancing.
Yes?
You start walking.
Yes.
You stop walking.
Yes.
You start talking. And then...
You stop talking!
That's right.
And then?
You start thinking.
Oh, start thinking what?
Oh, how wonderful it all is.
How wonderful what all is?
Everything. A lovely night, a lovely night, a finer night you know you'll never see. You meet your prince, a charming prince, as charming as a prince will ever be. The stars in hazy heaven tremble, love you, while he's whispering, darling, I love you. You say goodbye, away you fly, but on your lips you keep a kiss. All your life you'll dream of this lovely, lovely night.
A lovely night, a lovely night, a finer night you know you'll never see. You meet your prince, a charming prince, as charming as a prince will ever be. The stars in the hazy heaven tremble above you, while he is whispering, darling, I love you. Say goodbye, away you fly, but on your lips you keep a kiss. All your life you'll dream of this lovely, lovely night. A lovely night, a lovely night, a finer night you'll never see. You meet your prince, a charming prince, as charming as a prince will ever be. The stars in a hazy heaven tremble above you, while he is whispering, darling, I love you. You say goodbye, away you fly, but on your lips you'll keep a kiss. All your life you'll dream of this lovely, lovely night. Worst nonsense I've ever heard! Rubbish and dribble! And you, listening to her, even aping her very words! Another enough! Go to your room! It's all Cinderella's fault.
Imagine her trying to imagine what it was like in the ball.
It wasn't anything like that.
Nothing like that at all.
You know that they always say.
The idle mind is the devil's workshop.
That's what they always say. And you clean this place up. It looks like a pig pen.
The stars in a hazy heaven trembled above me, danced when he promised always to love me. The day came through, away I flew, but on my lips he left a kiss. All my life I'll dream of this lovely, lovely night.
I know it belongs to her.
What are you going to do?
Sir, May I have your royal guards to send through the kingdom in search of her?
Yes, of course.
And your secret service, may I call them in to help me?
Of course. But they never find anything out, but you can try.
I will try everything. I will search every inch of the kingdom for the owner of this slipper.
That's what I would do. Well, I would.
See that the slipper is tried on every young girl in the kingdom. Every last one, no matter how unlikely she looks. You are to keep trying until you find the one that fits. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Find that girl.
I'll just go speak with the head of my secret service.
Chris, suppose you don't find her.
I must find her.
Before last night, you knew nothing about her. You know nothing about her now, except that she danced prettily and she looked pretty.
I know she is the loveliest thing on earth, and I will never be happy without her.
Why do you think that?
I don't know why. And I don't expect you to understand, Mother.
But I do understand, Chris. I know it doesn't take long to feel the way you do about this girl, but there's one fact I want you to face. You may never see her again. I don't want you to waste your life on a dream. I want you to be in love with a real girl.
She is real.
She was real last night. If she doesn't come back, she'll never be real again, will she? Chris, be honest with yourself. Does your future happiness really depend upon your finding her? Or are you telling yourself that? Don't be angry with me. Think over what I'm saying. Ask yourself if this is not just an illusion, an infatuation with something that doesn't exist at all.
You're somewhere out there. I don't know where. You said last night you thought we were dreaming. Maybe you were right. Maybe my mother is right. How can I know? How can one ever know? Do I love you because you're beautiful? Or is she beautiful because you love her? Am I making believe I see in you a girl too lovely to be really true? Do I want you because you're wonderful? Or is she wonderful because you want her? Are you the sweet invention of a lover's dream? Or are you really as beautiful as you seem?
What about Cinderella?
Nonsense!
Who is Cinderella?
Oh, she's just a sort of chimney sweep and general helper here. There would be no use trying to slip her on her.
My instructions are to try the slipper on everyone.
Try upstairs.
How dare you come sticking your nose into my business?
I thought this was the prince's business. He is the one who is trying to find the missing girl, isn't he?
But Cinderella!
Well, she's a girl.
There's nobody up there.
No one there?
I told you so. Isn't that just like Cinderella? She hasn't even finished the book or the floor, and someone should really sweep out the fireplace.
I don't understand. Cinderella not there. Where could she be? Of course, I know.
And you tried to slip her on every young maiden?
Every maiden that could be found, Your Highness. I'm sorry.
Mother was right. I'll never find her. Either she doesn't exist, or she's fled the kingdom. It is all a foolish dream. Thank you. You may go. Who are you?
Oh, excuse me, I'm sorry. I didn't think... Excuse me, Your Highness. I didn't know anyone was here.
You look familiar somehow. At least I think you do, under all that grime. Do you work in the palace?
No, Your Highness.
I'm sure I've seen you before. Or someone who resembles you. Do you by any chance have a sister?
3, Your Highness.
These sisters, were they at the ball?
Yes, Your Highness.
Do they look like you?
Well, they're stepsisters.
Stepsisters. Oh,
Is something the matter, Your Highness?
just the end of a dream. A dream that didn't come true. About a glass slipper that didn't fit anyone.
Oh, but you mustn't give up hope.
It was just a waste of time. A wild goose chase. It was impossible.
But Your Highness, impossible things are happening every day.
And even foolish dreams come true.
Oh, yes. If you wish hard enough and believe in what you're wishing, even foolish dreams come true.
Why do I feel, or am I just imagining? Who are you?
I'm just a girl from the village. Really, Your Highness, I must go.
Your stepmother wouldn't mind if you were a little late. Wouldn't she mind if you...
Really, Your Highness, I must be going.
Yes, I suppose you must.
Well, goodbye.
Yes, goodbye. Wait, at least tell me your name.
Oh, it's a silly name. You wouldn't like it.
Silly name. Wouldn't like it. Oh, stop! Did anyone try this slipper on you?
No, Your Highness.
I have found you, and I still do not know your name.
My name is Cinderella.
The most beautiful name in the world.